Okay, so there's the role that women played in Mexico's War of Independence. There were women who fought in this war, literally fought and died in this war. So they fought as combatants. They were also spies. They relayed messages. Am I speaking correctly? Messages. Why does it sound weird? They were messengers sending messages. There we go. Relaying messages. There we go. Um, they helped to finance the fighting. They played important roles with logistics of doing the fighting. And I'll begin with a couple examples here. Altagracia Mercado not only fought, but she led her own battalion against those that were defending Spain. Another example, Maria Fermina Rivera. She was fighting, she was with her husband and her sons who were fighting. Then her husband got killed, and then she continued fighting, taking the place of her husband, fighting alongside her sons in the war. And she not only fought, but also died, like her husband, fighting for independence. And there's lots of others. Here's three more. Josefa Ortiz de Dominguez. She is remembered for notifying Hidalgo that his plans had been leaked to his opponents and saving him. And she's remembered in Mexican currency for playing that important role. Here is Leona Vicario. She helped finance the fighting. She was a journalist. She delivered mail, and she was a part of a secret network called Las Guadalupes. I'm not going to test you on the name of the network, by the way. Another example, Gertrudis Bocanegra. She also delivered mail or messages, and she was key to an espionage network. And she paid for this with her life. She was executed when she was discovered doing these things. So Ortiz de Dominguez, Vicario, and Bocanegra. There's just two more, and then you don't have to know this list, is just to point out that fortunately there's lots of others that have not been lost to history and we know their names. But the last two I'll talk about right now is Mariana Rodriguez del Toro, who conspired and provided resources. And there is Maria Ignacia La Güera Rodriguez. La Güera is like her nickname. The blonde one. And she supported independence. And she's credited with having counseled leaders like Iturbide. She's credited with having played a role in convincing Iturbide to switch sides and put an end to the war. And again, you don't have to know that list in the bottom, but just, for the purpose of demonstrating that there are others that played important roles in independence of Mexico.